to my channel. It's your girl Nats, and I hope everyone is happy, healthy, and doing okay. Alright, so who would have thought? I'm in a filming mood tonight because I just finished creating a video, and I'm like, you know what, I ain't gonna stop. So in today's video I am coming at you with the differences between the ALT job and the EIKAIWA job. All right, so these are the two basic jobs that you can get as a foreigner coming into Japan. They are positions of teaching English here in Japan. One is a little bit more tedious than the other, might I say. One also pays more than the other. So I am here to give you the details that I know regarding those two types of jobs that you can get in Japan. So if you're interested in learning about the differences between the ALT job and the EIKAIWA job, so you can make a better decision for yourself, then keep on watching. And of course, before we head into the video, we have to do our NATZNIFICENT fam shout out. This is what I have to be doing now, guys. I have to literally have the box in my hand in order to remember to do the shout out. I keep forgetting. Alright, but without further ado, let's just shout out somebody, shall we? Alright, let us see. Alright, this week's NATZNIFICENT fam shout out goes to Ali Oops or Ali Oops. I hope I am getting this right. Oh my god, I'm sorry if I didn't. And big up yourself, of course. Thank you for leaving a comment and watching my videos. And the comment that was left on my video is, subscribe. I hope to be an English teacher in Japan like you were when I am older. Also, when are you moving? And she left this comment on my 10 things that I will miss about Japan when I leave a video. If you have not seen that video yet, I will link it right here at the top of your screen for you guys to watch after you have finished watching this video. So thank you, Ali Oops or Ali Oops, for watching my videos. Guys, back to the video. Alright, so let us talk about the first difference between the ALT job and the EIKAIWA job. And of course, I am going to have to bring up salary once more. The ALT job, I have said this in many other videos, the pay range starts from about 210,000 yen to about 250,000 yen. This might not be the case for all ALT companies in Japan. I have seen listings where ALT companies are paying like 200,000 yen flat, and others also pay a daily rate. So it really just depends on which company you land your feet in. All right, the EIKAIWA job, the pay ranges from about 270,000 yen, I want to say, to about 300,000 yen. So obviously there's a big jump there in terms of salary, guys, but of course the basket with the more eggs, you probably have to work a little harder to get it. I don't know if any saying goes like that, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. You can't, there must be a major difference in this, why one is so high and the other is so low, and I will be getting into that in the next few tips. But before I move on, I think I need to like disclose and tell you guys exactly what the EIKAIWA job is, because many persons may not know, and I think I should have said that before I actually jumped into point one, but whatever, who is judging, right? So the ALT job, that's the job I do. You are an assistant language teacher here in Japan, and I've spoken about my job in many other videos. So please check those out if you want to learn more about the ALT jobs in Japan. The EIKAIWA job is really a private kind of teaching job. You are a native English teacher. That's the label they gave Adam in his job. So guys, the tips that I'm giving you right now is really based on experience from the job that Adam was doing. He was employed in an EIKAIWA, and based on that, I can give you information based on his job. I am not speaking for all EIKAIWAs in Japan. I love to give that disclaimer because people get things very twisted on here. All right, the EIKAIWA is really the private schools in Japan. I like to call them afternoon schools. So many persons, I've said this also in a few videos, that students, after they even leave their public school, their regular school, 8 to 2 or 3, in the afternoons they also do other classes, other English classes. Their parents send them to English school, and that is where the EIKAIWAs come in. So the EIKAIWAs are filled with native English speakers like yourself, like me, like Adam, and they basically teach students that are babies that are not yet enrolled in public schools, and also junior high school and high school students that need to do extra English classes after school, and sometimes even adults that really want to just brush up on their English level. So you are basically an expert in this job position. People really depend on you to learn English. Like, you are preparing them to take all kinds of English tests to be qualified for language skills and all of that stuff. So it is a much, let me see, high class kind of job here in Japan, if I say that, to be honest. So that is what the EIKAIWA is. And so of course you can see why the salary would be such a difference from just being an assistant language teacher in the public school. Like, your expertise is really depend upon. I don't know what I'm saying, but the thing is, you're important. Alright? Guys, and do not mind Felicia that is just sitting underneath my vanity right now. I don't have a place to put her. By the way, guys, if you want to see a vanity tour, comment down below and I can give you a tour of my vanity. I just set it up. Anyway, the second difference between the ALT job and the EIKAIWA job is the work hours. Alright, so I have said this. The ALT job is a regular kind of 9 to 5 operation. So you get to work at about 8 a.m. You leave work at about 4:30 p.m. give or take. Now you have all of the afternoon for yourself. You have public holidays, you have Japanese public holidays, you have weekends off, and it's just basically your regular 9 to 5 setup. Sick leave, weekends, the hours are during the daytime, and you get all the major holidays off. Now in the EIKAIWA is where it gets a little more tricky, because in the EIKAIWA you don't get as many days off as in the ALT position. So that would be something I would say you need to think about, whether or not you are the type of person that will need extra time on the weekend to just regroup for the new week, or you don't mind working all the time. When Adam was working in the EIKAIWA, he used to go to work at around 11 a.m. and he leaves work at about 9 p.m. And the reason for this is because you are dealing with private students. You are not dealing with students in the public school system. So you have to teach students that are coming from school. You have to teach adults that have a day job to do and all of that. So it would be like me having to go to work from 8 to 4, 8 to 5, and then I need to go to my English class at 7 p.m. So your work hours are a bit hectic, at least for me. When night comes, when it is night, guys, I like to just be relaxing in my house, in my bed, watching TV, doing whatever I want. I don't want to be out. I don't. So that is one of the reasons why the EIKAIWA job, even though I would earn more money, because I won't have enough time, I could not do it. And that is just me. That may not be your case. So the work hours are pretty strange, and separate and apart from the work hours, you do not get all of the Japanese public holidays, might I say, because when Adam used to work there, he would have to go into work on some of the holidays that they claim are public. Like, the only holidays that I have ever seen Adam stayed home while he was working in the private school system was Golden Week, which everybody is really off for those 5 or 6 days for Golden Week, and maybe a week in Christmas time period. But in the ALT job, guys, I find myself getting simple little holidays like the Emperor's birthday, coming of age day, Greenery Day. Japan has many holidays. They celebrate the tiniest of things. I mean, the holiday that stands out to me most is coming of age day, where when you're 21, you're acknowledged as becoming an adult, and they celebrate that. And I really think that is nice. They have Girls' Day, Boys' Day, regular holidays. And when you're doing an ALT job, you really get those days off because the students are not in school. But even though the students are not in school, they may need to still catch up on their English, and adults may still need to go to English classes. And so you will have to work if you're in the EIKAIWA, because that is your job. So the third difference between the ALT job and the EIKAIWA job, guys, is people want your expertise. Now remember, I said in the ALT position you're a side wheel, like your expertise rarely gets called on. You just sit around doing nothing, waiting on the teacher to tell you what to do and all of that. You don't get to show off your true teaching colors in the ALT position. But in the EIKAIWA position, guys, you are really the person in charge of your class. You are the person that these people, these students, these adults are depending on to help them pass certain levels of English language tests out there. And you are really in charge of your class. Like Adam had to prepare lessons for babies, middle-aged students, adults, all kinds of people. He got to do whatever he wants. Also, in the EIKAIWAs, you are not allowed to speak Japanese to the students. It's just English. Like if you don't know English, like you have to learn English, because the teacher should not speak Japanese while teaching the students. So guys, your expertise will be well valuable in the EIKAIWA position. As opposed to the ALT, we have been over that many times. You are just the side wheel. Hallelujah. Alright, the next difference between the ALT and the EIKAIWA position, guys, is of course the class size. In a regular ALT position, you are working at a public school in Japan, which means you have a somewhat big class. Now, I have had classes with 20 students, 25 students, 30 students max. That is the most I've ever seen in a class of mine. Because of the coronavirus, now the classes are split in half. As a matter of fact, I don't know if by the time you are seeing this video, if coronavirus will still be a thing, but at the time of recording this video, it is well still a thing. So the classes are split in half right now, so I don't have more than 15 students in a class. But in the ALT position, you have regular class sizes, like in a normal school. That's my ring light in the back there doing her thing, right? But in the EIKAIWA positions, you have less students in your class. My hand is spinning. You have less students in your class. You can have 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe up to 6 or 5 persons. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask Adam to really like get a grasp of how many students max he had in his class. But I know it is significantly smaller than what you would find in the public school system. So if you're a teacher that you're rather a smaller class size, maybe the EIKAIWA is a better job for you. But if you like regular class sizes and you like to teach everybody all at once, then the ALT job would probably be the best one for you. Alright guys, so another difference between the ALT job and the EIKAIWA job is you may have more schools when you work in the ALT position. And I will explain. In the ALT positions, your companies are in charge of placing you in different schools or in schools that need an assistant language teacher. And by placing you in a school, it might be 1 school, it might be 2 schools, it might be 3 schools, it might be 5 schools. And I am not exaggerated when I say 5 schools. In my previous prefecture, which is Miyagi, I met other ALTs of my company, and when they showed me their schedule, they worked at 5 different schools for the week. How do they fit 5 different schools in the week or 7 different schools in the week on a 5-day work schedule? I have no idea, but basically those ALT told me that they had to go to 1 school for half day and another school half the day. But usually in these positions, in these situations, the ALT usually drives, because Lord knows I could not be hopping on and off trains. That is crazy. So I am thankful that I am not at so many schools. But at the moment, guys, I am working at 3 different public schools in my city right now, and my husband is working at 4 different elementary schools in Japan. So we live in a particular city, and depending on how many schools the BOE needs your company to place in a school, then you will just have to do it. So maybe if we do have more ALTs here in my city from my company, but they work elsewhere. So in this particular city, the BOE needs my company to place an ALT at 3 schools and 4 schools. So 1 ALT will work 3 schools, 1 ALT will work 4 schools, and that is just me and Adam. So yeah, in an ALT position, you may find yourself working at more than 1 schools. And also some ALTs work at one school, of course, but I'm just telling you that it can go extreme as 7 schools per ALT. But in the EIKAIWA job, I think maybe the maximum you would have is like 2 schools. Adam only worked at one school, but he had co-workers who worked at his school and another school. So I would say like 2 schools or so. They do not stress you. Again, it is really a private based kind of English learning situation. So really it's where their clients are going that they find the need to put NETs there. So bear that in mind also. In ALTs, it's a very high possibility that you'll be working at more than one public schools. As opposed to in the EIKAIWA, you may only have 1 or 2 schools working at. And by schools, I mean branches. The EIKAIWAs are offices, alright? They are not schools. Of course, the name is English school, but they have offices, like big spaces of rooms and so on that you teach students in. It's nothing like a school environment with all the things that comes in a school environment. I cannot even begin to explain all of that to you guys, but it's really just a big office space with different sections for like different size of classes and so on. Alright guys, another important difference between the EIKAIWA and the ALT job positions is the difference in your visa status here in Japan. So of course, to come to Japan to teach English, you have to have a visa. Like, it goes without saying, you cannot just bombard the people's country, right? So you have to have a visa. It's an application process that you have to go through, get certificate of eligibility. I spoke about the entire process of getting a job here in Japan in this video right here. Please check it out. It is very long, and it is long because I really did not hold anything back in terms of how to get a job in Japan. So please check the video out, guys. Yeah, the visa status. So an ALT position, your visa status is instructor. You're coming to Japan as an instructor, all right? Whereas in the EIKAIWA position, you are coming to Japan. The status of your visa will be like specialist in humanities, something of the sort. So you're a specialist. You have a specialist visa instead of a regular instructor visa. Now, anybody and everybody are instructors because you can actually get a job in Japan once you have a degree. Your degree does not have to be in the field of teaching. So you get an instructor visa, and that is very general. But when you're working in an EIKAIWA, your visa status is specialist in humanity. And I mean, the word specialist by itself, that is very hype. Bossy. Godfather, but like, I don't know the song, but you know, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from that visa status. And also on that visa status, you get 3 years on your visa. I don't know if this is like across the board. Like, I am not sure if every single person who comes to an EIKAIWA job, the specialist in humanities visa, is given 3 years. Adam did get 3 years on his visa. So when he landed, and he got a 3 years stay, as opposed to me, I only got 1 year stay. So that is the difference with the EIKAIWA visa status. Specialist in humanities, you get like a 3 year stay in Japan. And then the instructor visa that comes with the ALT position, you get a 1 year stay in Japan, which does not mean that you have to leave within a year. You can reapply for your visa every year. And usually, if you work for a very good company like myself, they handle the visa renewal. I know other ALTs that work for other ALT companies that when visa renewal time comes around, they have to do it themselves. But my company, they send us a notice that they will be doing visa renewals and that we should get our passports and photographs ready. The coordinator will come and pick up our stuff, and they will get the visa renewed and send it back to us. I have never had a problem. I have never had to go to City Hall or the immigration to renew my visa. And yeah, my company does that for me. So that is the difference between the two visas also. But I mean, getting a 3 year visa in one go and getting a 1 year visa that you renew every year, there is really not much difference apart from the fact that you will not have to renew your visa until 3 years have passed or so. So I mean, it takes the hassle out of things if you can just go for 3 years and not have to worry about immigration. But at the same time, getting a 1 year visa and renewing it 3 times, just as good. You're still here 3 years, aren't you? All right, and the last difference that I want to discuss with you guys between the ALT job and the EIKAIWA job is vacation days. Now, I don't know if you're like me. Well, you love your vacation days because I love my vacation days, okay? I like to just be chilling. The ALT position, guys, as I said before, you get a lot of days off. You get all the Japanese public holidays off, and you get your regular summer vacation and winter vacation in most cases, because I believed that in all cases you would get these holidays until we moved to this new prefecture, to this new city, and then I got my schedule and I saw that, where is my summer holiday, Miss and Sir? Because I have not seen any. So apparently this new city that I am working for, they really like to stretch their teachers to the limit, might I add, because we only have 5 days off in August, and that is called our summer vacation. Now, where we used to live in Miyagi Prefecture, we got an entire month off. And that is why we were able to go back to Jamaica and get married and, be with our families and so on for a month. And then I was looking forward to that same thing this year, and then we were slapped in the face with only 5 days off. So thank you, new city. Thank you very much. We don't have that. But the good thing about that is, if you do get the 1 month off, because last year when we got the 1 month off, we agreed, we signed in our contract to get 60% pay only, because of course the company will not pay you 100% if you're not working. So on the holiday, summer vacation, for the 1 month, we got 60% pay for August. So your pay is cut basically. But in this new city that we are working basically all through summer with only 5 days off, we are getting full salary. So that is the benefit of working all summer as opposed to actually getting your vacation, your 1 month of vacation. Now, if you ask me which one I prefer the 60% and my 1 month's vacation, because that means I can travel to Jamaica and see my family, which I cannot do now because I gotta work and we only get 5 days. But we also have paid leave that we could take to add on that 5 days to make a good sensible trip. But at the same time, Jamaica is so far from Japan that we will spend majority of the days, even if I should add all my paid leave on that, we'll spend majority or half of the time traveling. So it still does not make any sense for the amount of money that we would spend to fly to Jamaica anyway. So we have to skip Jamaica for now this year. I hope things change next year. But in the EIKAIWA position, guys, you do not have as much luxury with the holidays as with the ALT job. Now, my situation where I'm working through summer and winter holidays is very rare. Usually you get summers and winters. My case is just different. So don't even worry about my case. But in the EIKAIWA job, so what I'm going through now, actually, where I'm working all through summer and all through winter holidays, is really an EIKAIWA standard of vacation days. Because in the EIKAIWA, you don't really get that much. You don't get summer off, because this summer only means that the students have more time to come to English classes in the afternoon. So you might see a student only 1 time or 2 times for the week when school is in session. But in summertime, holiday time, you might see them every day for the week because they have more time. They're not actually going to their public school, so they have more time to see you and learn English. Alright, so yeah, and another thing though I did not say while I was speaking about holidays is that with the EIKAIWA, you do work on weekends. So usually you work on Saturdays because Saturdays are their busiest day. The students are not at school on Saturdays, right? And many other Japanese persons, like the adults and so on, they can find more time on Saturdays as opposed to the time that they could find in the week. So Saturday is the busiest day and you will have to work on Saturdays most likely you get Sunday and maybe Monday, or Sunday and Tuesday off. It really depends on the company. So yeah, that is one of the reasons. Another of the reasons why Adam and I, we could not work in the EIKAIWA, because we are Seventh Day Adventists and we do not work on the Sabbath. So the Saturday thing is way out of it for us. And guys, that is where I am leaving you today, with the tea on the ALT position and the EIKAIWA position. I do hope you found this information informative. I try my very best to give you guys all the information that I have in my head. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell down below so you do not miss another upload of mine. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.
So back to what I was saying. Could be us.